Hi everyone. So welcome back to LeetCode with AK. So guys, in this video, actually we are going to see the single number two using the bit manipulation. Actually, I will give a link the single number one. So the single number two is a continuation of the single number one. Guys, if you didn't watch that single number one, I will give a link in video description. Please try to watch that before you're trying to solving the single number two, because if you're solving the single number one, then definitely will get some understanding about the bit manipulation. Please try to watch single number one. I will give a link in the description. Please try to watch that. And let's move on to the single number two. Actually, in single number two, in single number one, actually, what they are trying to say, like there is array. In that array, every element is appearing twice. Only one element is unique, right? So you have to figure out that one. In single number array two, in single number two, there is an array. So every element is appearing thrice, three times. Okay, there is only one element is appearing only one. So you have to figure out that element. I mean, you have to figure out a unique element or single non-repeating element from that array. So let's move on to this test case. Actually, in this the given array, the two appearing thrice and three appearing so on. So the answer would be three. The same year, 0 is appearing thrice, 1 is appearing thrice, but 99 is appearing only once. So the answer would be 99. So like the single number one. In single number one, actually, what is the brute force approach we saw? Actually, we are using the HashMap with the linear iteration, right? Linear iteration. The same kind of approach. Sorry, this is linear iteration. Okay, the same kind of approach. Actually, we are going to use it here to solve this problem in brute force way. So how we are going to solve this problem using the brute force way for using HashMap and linear iteration. Okay, let's draw the HashMap. Okay, the very first time, just iterate the array. So 2 is appearing only one, 2 is does not exist in my HashMap. Just add with a frequency of 1. And the next time 2 is already appearing in my HashMap, just increment the frequency. Just increment the frequency. And the third time 2 is already appearing in my HashMap. So what you have to do before on linear iteration, again I am repeating, during the linear iteration, you have to check the HashMap. The value is residing in your HashMap, okay, don't worry about that, just increment the count. Okay, the count is representing the frequency of particular value. If the value is not appearing in the HashMap, then so just add that value with a frequency of 1. So which means the value is not appearing so far. This is the very first time actually we appeared the value. So just add it to the HashMap, just incrementing the count. But the 2 is already appearing in my HashMap. Okay, so what you have to do, just remove, just incrementing the count, 3. So which means this is key, this is value is representing the frequency, key is representing the number. The number 2 is number 2 is three times is appearing in my array. So this is what actual means. Okay, now come to this position 3. Did 3 is appearing in my HashMap, exist in my HashMap or not? No, 3 is not exist in my HashMap. So just add 3. Okay, okay, with the frequency of 1. Then finally what you have to do, just iterate the HashMap. If you found any value for the particular key, then that key would be your answer. The same kind of approach actually we have followed in single number one to solve this problem using the brute force way. So what is the time and space complexity? Time complexity is definitely O of n, because you have to iterate all the elements from in given array. So time complexity would be O of n. The space complexity also O of n, because you are creating HashMap right here. So HashMap requires some space. So the HashMap take O of n space in both case. Okay. Then how you going to solve this problem using in optimized way? So using bit manipulation, JOR operator, AND operator, actually we are going to solve this problem in optimized way. Before that, actually everyone will aware about the AND, as well as I explained about the JOR operation in my previous video. And there is a one the bit manipulation operation is called till. This is still. So what it will do? This is the negotiation. It will pronounce that negotiation if the values. I will tell you. If the value is 0, if you apply tilde. I mean, if you applying the negotiation, then it would become 1. Okay. The meanwhile, if the value is 1, 1, so 1, 1 means 3. If you applying the negotiation, that value becomes 0, 0. If the value is 1, 0, for the negotiation for this value equal to 0, 1. So what you have to do, you have to pick the state out of the opposite element. If the value is equal to 0, you take 1. If the value is 1, take 0. The same kind of way, actually, we are going to follow this. But in this problem, there is some difference over here. You have to declare two variables, ones and twos. So what does ones and twos means? So one is representing the value is appearing only once, and finally the value once is representing the particular value, it exists in the array only once. So what you have to do finally, what you have to return this variable, right? Because this particular, the mode of creating this particular value is to hold the only one element which is appearing only one. So what about two? Two is representing the value is appearing twice. I don't need that one. Okay, as of now, because I have to return only the single number. Okay, just iterate the element. Okay, just iterate the element in number array. So every time what you have to do, actually I wrote a pseudocode here. So declare one and two variable, and for using this formula, just update a one and two variable on every iteration and finally return one. Then how this will work. So let's go for dry run. For dry run, okay, I will use this array. Okay, triple two, okay, triple two, three two. Okay, I will use this array. Okay. So what is the binary representation of 2, 1, 0? What is the binary representation of 3, 1, 1? Okay, let's go. Let's move on to this part. The very first, just apply this formula. Just apply this formula to figure out the 1. So the 1 jar 1. So initially the 1 equal to 0. 0 the binary representation is 0, 0, and then the very first element equal to 2. So 1, 0. Take a jar operation. Take a jar operation. Then it would become 1, 0. And then what you have to do? You have to take the negotiation of 2. What is 2 here? The current value of 2 equal to 0. The current value of 2 equal to 0. Then so what is opposite at 1, 1? Take and. Take a and. So 1, 1, 1, 0, 1 becomes 0. Just update this value to 1. Just update this value to 1. Now 2 equal to 0. Okay. Okay. And the very next time, okay, okay. So 1 equal to take the negotiation of 2's. Okay. Do and operator. Okay. Number of I jar of ones. It's very simple. The same thing actually you have to apply for twos. For twos, take negotiation of ones and take jar of twos. Very simple. Okay. And the next, actually, you figured out one for the very first iteration, and the next step, actually, you have to figure out the twos. Okay. What is the number of I? 2, 1, 0, and then 2 equal to 0, 0. Okay. The jar becomes the jar become 1, 0, 1, 0. What about the negotiation of ones? The current value of one is equal to 1, 0. The state opposite equal to 0, 1, right? Take 0, 1 and do AND operator. It will become 0, 0. At the end of for first iteration, your 1 has value 2, your 2 has value 0. So which means the value 2 is appearing 1. So far, for the very first iteration, and every iteration, if you keep on doing that, the finally the 1 having 3 value 3, so you have to return that one. So this is very simple and straightforward approach to solve this. Actually, this is a medium task problem. So if you are good understanding about the bit manipulation or single number one, then definitely you can able to solve this. There are no more number of ways to solve this from, I think 4 to 5 ways, but this one is really very intuitive, or as well as a very simple one. So just run this test case. Let's see how it's working. Okay, so what I am doing, okay. So this variable I misplaced. Okay, choose simple. Run. Definitely it will run. Oh, again, what is that? One is not defined again. Oh, sorry. Again. Yes. Now all the test cases getting submitted. Guys, actually, I give you 100%. So if you're watching this video till the end, then definitely, guys, you can able to solve single number one and single number two. Thanks for watching this one. Please keep on supporting me. Subscribe this channel as well as I need your support. Please, if you want me to create any video for this particular problem, so definitely, guys, please do your comment. I love to read all of your comments. So if you give the comment about any particular problem, definitely, guys, I will create a video for that one. So before winding up this one, so the final part is time and space complexity. For the space complexity, definitely you are iterate all the elements in a given array. So O of n would be your time complexity, and the space complexity. You are not creating any array. You are not creating any HashMap or ASL. So the space complexity would be O of 1, and the time complexity would be O of n, where n stands for size of the array. So thank you guys. Thank you for watching this one.